Take your big toes, touch them together. Wonderful. Bring your knees up where they're right at the belly button. Not that high, sorry. Just bring your feet down. Right here, boom, slow, right there. Hold that, okay? Tighten your inner thighs towards one another, like you're grabbing something between them. So close the hips, hold that. Let the head rest. Take the biggest breath you have all day. You feel how the legs hold the pelvis down? Take an exhale. Good. Next breath, bring the hands up with the thumbs at the base of the rib cage, the pinkies on top of the hip bones. Exhale. Next one, point the toes towards the nose. Wonderful. Last breath. Open the shoulders. Good. Tuck the chin. Good. Take the hands up. Press the fingertips together. Take the hands up. Big breath. Get as long as you can. And then come back down. Nice and slow. Oh, and then relax. We're going to do 2 more sets of that, okay? Do you feel how you get long? So when you tighten the hips, it pulls down on the pelvis. When you open the shoulders, it pulls up on the spine. And when we take a breath, we expand each and every rib in all directions. And that unstacks that mid-spine. So anybody with tightness in the shoulders or neck, you want this rib cage to really open up. And then when you close the hips, it's like you pull down. So it starts to decompress the body slowly. This next set, we're gonna already start the first one. Thumbs here, pinkies here, take a breath. Take your big toes together, point your toes towards the nose, tighten the inner thighs, take the hands straight up, all the way up. Good. All the way down. And just experiment with that shoulder work. Each time you move up, take a breath. When you exhale, pause and tension the fingertips together and tension the thighs together and hold that same amount of pressure in the whole body as you exhale. Good. You feel the lower back just start to open up. Wonderful. Last one. All the way down. Boom. And then put your hands, fingertips by the sides. Good. Open the shoulders. Wonderful. In a good way, right? Okay. Slightly tuck the chin. That opens up the back of the head. Right? So now that we've decompressed the body, all that pressure a lot of times will get stacked up right at the back of the neck. So if you pick the head up and put it back down. Yep. Pick the head up, put it back down just once. Nice and easy. Good. That should relieve all the tension there. You can play with a look of left, a look of right. That neck should feel like it's open at that point, yeah? Okay. Next one. A pinch. Okay. We'll address that when I have you flip over in a second. So just don't seek any pops or pressure there, just avoid it for now. The next one is going to be a hip focus, and how we're going to do that is we're going to take our right heel and we're going to put it right on the top of the left ankle. Okay? And then take a breath, tighten the thighs towards one another, and trace that heel up the inside of the shin. Right to the bottom of the kneecap, and back down. Good. Up, and back down. Take a breath. Let that tension out. Good, and then do the other side. Work. And then back to the other side. Back to the right heel, left shin. Come up and pause. Take your left hand and put it on the inside, right above the knee on the inner thigh. Point the palm up and the thumb away. And press the hand into the leg and the leg into the hand.
This one.
Other side. This right hand comes up behind you. Good. The thumb presses into the floor. And then the leg presses into the hand. You feel that through the hip. Take a big breath and extend the knee. Ooh, and then come extend the knee. And come back down. Good, and switch to the other side. Big breath. All up. Hold that. So the hip doesn't move when you extend the knee. And you'll feel it in the back of the leg. Yeah? Good. Make sure this bottom leg still curves under. You feel how that pulls across the back? Good. And then at the top, make little circles with the foot. Good. Open the toes, close the toes. Open the toes, close the toes. So it's loosening up the ankle. Feel that? And then do the other side. Good. The more you push into the inside of the leg, the harder it's going to be to move the ankle. You feel that? So that's what adds that elasticity there. Good. And then completely relax. Ha-ha! A lot of details. Good. Good? Roll over on your tummy. All right. So the next one is going to be hands here, elbows by the sides. Take a breath. Now point your big toes together and drive the knees into the mat. Next one, float the hands. Keep your right elbow down and reach the left hand up. And the left hand is going to come over into the right side. Good. And then switch. Keep the eyes forward and the head in line with this hand. And alternate back and forth. Make sure you take those big breaths. Come back to center. Room. Hands here. Push up. Look back. Keep the hands right there and come back forward. And then can you sit back comfortably? Right here. Wonderful. Feel good? Yeah? What does that feel like on your neck?
I do good on my back.
In a good way or in a bad way?
So I always have
A little bit of pinch, okay? I want you to think about that area when you're in this position. Unweight the hips. So you don't want to come all the way forward, you just want to keep them back. Just where they're right off of the heels. And then the same thing we did on the first one. Thumbs here, pinkies here. And then open the shoulders. Good. Tuck the chin back within the body. Get tall. Good. Drive the hands forward. Same thing we did on our back. We're just doing it in kneeling. So now gravity, we're working against gravity. The first time gravity was our friend. Now we've got to make sure that everything stays tall. Look up, come down. There's a space right here. Put that to your eyes where the wall meets the ceiling. And reach, and then take your hips back. 2 more. Big breath. Elbows down. Come back. Good. Next one, we're going to trace the thumbs into the armpits. Elbows down. Good. That should feel good, yeah. Little circles. And then underneath the hips. No. Hot? Calico. It feels good? Can we call this Calico class? So you're thinking with your nose and your chest, out, down to the other side, up, down to the other side. That makes sense? So the whole spine right here is just getting a lot of circulation. And then go the other way. Yeah, you can play. I like to think about my elbow as a tennis racket. And then from there, hands behind the ears, open the elbows, create space, tuck the chin a little bit. That makes the back of the neck long. Sit back, close the elbows, 2-second hold, and then open them as wide as you can. 2-second hold, eyes open, 2-second hold, big breath, and you get the elbows to touch, and then press it. Yeah, 1, 2, and then open. 1, 2, and close. So when you're here, you feel it in here. So when you tighten things, 2 seconds, and then when you release, it wants to open up. So anybody that's tight here, tighten it down, and then open it up. Boom. And then from here, right elbow down. Other hand up, sit back, and then switch. With this back elbow, kick the elbow towards the side and down across here. Feel that across that space? You sweaty? It looks easy, doesn't it? Until you see it and I go, wow. You're using a lot at once. Good work. Short break. Questions so far? Okay, so I'm going to review everything we've done so far. Supine. And then a tracer. Extension. Ankle. Back down. And tracer. Then I'm going to fold over. Okay. Prone. Here. Rockers. Right? And then we did kneeling. The only thing we didn't do is this one. We did these, we did these, we did these. That's the only one we missed. From there, hands back down on the ground. I'm going to tuck the toes under for the first time. Okay? So this is like we could bounce forward if we wanted to. So have a little spring there like you're in a track stand. Little rockers. Making sure the heels point straight up. You can point them out, but a good reference at least straight. What we don't want is for them to fall in. So straight or out. And then walk the hands back. And we're gonna go from here into a squat. Yeah? Good work. And then back down. Eyes forward. Try to keep the eyes level all the way down and all the way up. I'm going to crawl forward a bit because the next one is from here to here. From here. So a squat is hips open. When you take the butt up, the hips close. Tall. Stand up. And your feet, watch your feet, make sure they're in the same spot when you come up. Make sense? So now you're in like a position that you can kick, punch, whatever. If I tried to tackle you, you'd be able to get into a strong position. So find that strong position. Thumbs at the base of the rib cage, pinkies on top of the hip bones. Tall, open the shoulders, draw the hands forward. Hands together, butt back, hands forward, get out of the heels, unlock the knees. Good, and hold it. Were you here last night for the run?
No.
Yeah, you feel that bounce? To add intensity. Open, side, circles. step one foot forward. Good. Tall, forward, turn towards the front foot. Good. Up. And then elbow down, hand stays high. Tall. Good. Good. Other side. Foot forward. Tall. Chest over. Hands out. Hands up. Press the fingertips. Tall as you can get. Good. Hold it. Feel good? Feel like you can bounce? You'd be able to jump higher right now. And then if you did this before a competition, then everything's open. So you're going to be a lot quicker with a bar. You're going to be faster on your jump. You're going to be able to hit your burpee and stay strong. And when after you're done, same thing for recovery, because you want to reset the body. You want to reset the body back to this. Because in a competition, you're working yourself to one way. I have to keep going, so things start to compress, right? And if you're having a roll like a compression, you're going to find yourself back in those positions. So this should, loose. Because you started at the feet, and then the hips, and then the spine, and then the shoulders, and then the head. You just, after you do all this, you can do head lift. If you go after neck exercises before you do all this, and you're tight, you can make that section worse. That makes sense? Good work. Questions? Nothing? You get it? Are you here Saturday?
Yeah, I will be.
Cool, sweet. Is this the same stuff that I'm going to be teaching? So it's for decompression, it's for recovery. If you were to be more expansive with your breath, if you added wrist weights, it becomes more strength and toning. So you can make it a power program quickly. And then you tie it into whatever you're already doing, and it's safe, it's efficient. Before and after is the easiest way. And then like the night before a competition, right before bed. But not in a strong way, but in a relaxing way. So if you want to just decompress, it's a relaxing breath. If you want to make it a warm up, you can add a at the end. You know, you can really get after it, and then it becomes strength and power. And right before, and you're priming, right? Then all your muscles are ready. So when you go to load them, the brain is going to be able to have access. When we move really slow, you feel all the tinier muscles doing the job. If you move fast, you only use the bigger muscles. But if you move nice and slow, you recruit all these tinier tissues that are there for stability. And then when it's time to pull, you're going to use them. You're getting them, ramping them up. Yeah, sweet. So you can hit, boom. You feel good? Yeah. Be aware throughout your day. Try to use the part of the foot that's on the outside. Yes. It's not that you have to go here, because the big toe still touches. But a lot of people get a foot that's wide, and then they only use the inside of the foot.
I used to be that. I learned with Jake.
Just good foot control, and then you can be aware of it. That reduces the repetitive stressors.
They told me I was flat. Is that correct?
And then if your foot is flat, then that means that this just has to get tall. And then your foot's not flat anymore.
That's correct.
So like box work, coming off of the box, this multiplies your body weight. All right? So when you land, what do you weigh? How many pounds do you weigh? Estimate. 100 pounds. So if you multiply 100 pounds by 3, that landing is the same thing as if you had 300 pounds on a bar. But it multiplies your body weight when you land. And I know like box jumps, it's on the way up, right? That's explosivity. On the way down, boom. That's another rep, and that's like a weightlifting rep. Because the body has to absorb that force.
And
And the
that's
higher
how
the box,
the knees look free. Oh, okay, the direction.
as much as you can in the hip, because if the hip absorbs the force, then it protects the knee. If I don't use the hip and I use the heel, bang, knee. So if your knee starts to get hurt, pay attention to what's happening at your foot. Good, perfect. Because you want to be able to then get out of it, right? So some athletes will jump, jump, jump. Or you go, jump, jump. So you can add things off of your plyometric drop and make it bouncier. As long as you do this first, and that's second.
Very important.
Because if you wake out of bed and come in here and just start jumping, and you've got tension here, oh, it's going to make it worse. So decompress, and you see how quickly I did it? Like it can be really fast, or it can be long form. You can do it for 45 minutes, or you can do it for 5. Or you do it for 0. Man, cool?